Hi, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Olivia.
And we're educators with the Wildlife Conservation Society.
The Wildlife Conservation Society is an organization dedicated to saving wildlife and wild places.
We're here at the Bronx Zoo Congo Gorilla Forest taking a look at our western lowland gorillas.
Now, Andrew,
Yeah.
You're normally at the New York Aquarium and you don't get a chance to see our gorillas too often, right?
Yeah, so it's amazing. Every time I come here, they're so much bigger than I expect.
Right, and it's crazy because the western lowland gorillas aren't even the largest of the 4 different subspecies of gorillas.
That's going to be the Grauer's gorilla.
Yes. So recently, Andrew and I sat down with Andy Plumtree, who's one of WCS's senior scientists.
He released a study talking about the population decline of the Grauer's gorilla.
Let's take a look at what he had to say.
My name's Andy Plumtree. I've been working for the Wildlife Conservation Society for nearly 20 years now. There are 2 species of gorilla, the western gorilla and the eastern gorilla, and each of those 2 species have what's called a subspecies, it's like a race. So the eastern gorilla has Grauer's gorilla and mountain gorilla as 2 subspecies of that eastern gorilla. And by making the Grauer's gorilla critically endangered, it meant that all 4 subspecies of gorilla are now critically endangered. WCS made some surveys of Grauer's gorilla in the early 1990s. We estimated about 17,800 gorillas across the range. The recent surveys that we've done, which is about 20 years later, estimates only 3,800 gorillas, which is nearly an 80% decrease in just 20 years. And that sort of level of decrease makes the Grauer's gorilla critically endangered on the IUCN Red List. I would consider myself very lucky in the job that I followed. I've been able to sit with gorillas, follow chimpanzees. I've put radio collars on elephants, having an elephant sleeping right next to you. Same with lions. Doing conservation in the field is very exciting. It can be tough. The weather can be tough. It definitely is a cold and wet place, and you go out and the vegetation's chest high, you're sort of pushing your way through the vegetation. But then you come out to these open clearings where the gorillas have been playing around and flattening all that vegetation. And it's sort of like you open this window into their lives as you come into this open area, and the gorillas there were so used to people, they would just come right up to you. You could sit and watch them. So things like the females would come to the silverback and he would lie down at about 10 o'clock each morning. They'd dump their children, the kids with them, and while they go off to feed, and the kids would all be chasing around the silverback and climbing on his belly and jumping off and to other infants and chasing, just playing tag and King of the Castle, those sorts of games that all young kids love to play. And then they would start doing it with the researchers as well. So I would have little gorillas running around me, climbing up my back and then leaping off onto other gorillas around there. It was a very special experience. Very few people get to experience something like that, but they're so like people and so trusting and letting you into their lives. And yet at the same time there are these other people who are out there trying to kill them. It's the largest ape species on this planet, and if we can't save it, it'll be tragic if we lose something that's so special.